The Philippine dream, is it really? Or is it the Philippine escape? Escaping from what you're currently living in. Have you ever dreamed of living a completely different life? Maybe in the Philippines with sunshine and sandy beaches. But what happens when that dream starts to feel more like an obsession? Hey everyone, Jay here, along with Adeline and our daughter Carrie, in this journey to make our dream life a reality. Raising our daughter in the Philippines. But is this dream just a fantasy, or is it something we can truly achieve? Are we really chasing a dream, or is it just me? Am I just obsessed? Is the Philippines truly in the cards for us? So what is it about the Philippines that has such a pull on so many of us? Why are you drawn? So stick around until the end to find out why. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe for more stories and adventures from our family, and leave a comment below letting us know what your dream life looks like.
Let's pretend we're excited. Okay, say yay! Yay!
It is 7:30 on a Tuesday. This job is dragging on a little bit, but they've added some new features. They've added about $1,000 in extras. The things that you don't know about sometimes because they didn't want them, but then they decided they did. So there's an extra $1,000 for the week. But it's actually costing me a couple days of extra driving back and forth to prep for the little add-ons, but it happens sometimes. You take the good with the bad. Overall, it's a good thing. I didn't have any more work lined up for this week, so it's an extra $1,000 for the work week. Here with me today, I got the Sidekick Wonder Pro Adeline. Show yourself, hon. I'm sorry, guys. Why did you laugh? No one's watching. It's just a stick in your hand. You feel like they're watching you right now, don't you, while you're talking?
Yes.
Like when you waved, it's like they saw you and they're all smiling. It's hot in the Philippines, Jay. It's scorching. You try vlogging outside in a driveway on a blacktop, 100 degrees here in Kentucky. I know what hot is. It's hot here too. Holding a black selfie stick on a black driveway. It is warm. But we got videos to make. We got new subscribers to gain. And we got to say hi to the friends out there again. Getting close to 20,000. Oh, little birdies fell out of the... Oh, don't you hate when the birds fall out of the tree? Oh, must have been that gust of wind we had earlier today. I'll have to come back and get me a shovel. Well, over the last 30, 40 days, the channel's really picked up. Lots of new subscribers. If I missed anybody's comments, and yes, I've missed a few at this point, but I will catch up. Do not think I didn't see your message or I'm not going to write you back. I know it's not that big a deal if I write you back, but I do like to acknowledge everybody, as I appreciate everybody taking time to actually write a message. I don't even know what kind of channel I really had at the beginning. The subscribers tell you what kind of channel you have for most part. I don't think I've ever been asked about the nightlife anywhere. I don't think I've been asked on any of the comments about how easy it is to find a wife or find dates, because that's not my channel. My channel comes with a certain type of subscriber. I don't have any of the, where's the best party spots, Jay? Check the comments. I don't get any of those, because that's not who's interested in my channel. And thank you. Not opposed to them, but you're not going to find me that interesting. I like my subscriber base. That's a base I'm proud of. People I can connect with, get to know. For many of us out there, including Filipinos around the world, but especially anybody who's spending time in the Philippines. Many of us already know when you're not in the Philippines, it's painful. It's hard to describe to some people, but it's literally painful to be away from the Philippines for any real amount of time. There's just something missing when you're not there. Sure, it's okay to get away, but it doesn't take long before really you just feel empty. It's like you ran out of gas. Like I was ready to come home this past February. I was ready to get a fresh start over here back in the States and get a season going. And honestly, as excited as I was for my season, it's hard to do when your gas tank empties. That energy I had in the Philippines, that running on the boulevard stuff, sweating out there in the heat for hours, then going home and resting and doing it again at nighttime, that's gone. That's gone out the window. I can't fake it. If I had an audience, I guess I could.
If I don't have an energy to do this, if only I...
Hi. Looking good there.
Physical, physical, I wanna get physical.
This,
And 5.
5 plus 5 is what?
10.
You know, there's a lot of us out there who's willing to go through a lot of stuff in order to live in the Philippines. Giving up certain foods, lifestyle, comforts, just to be in the Philippines. I'm willing to go through a lot to make the Philippines happen. I'm willing to give up income. I'm willing to give up a certain amount of income. You can't do too much or you're really hurting your family. But I'm willing not to chase the American dollar just to have more money so I can have more stuff. I'm willing to give a lot of that up in order to make sure my daughter gets the upbringing I really want her to have. And there's no lying. It's obviously always going to be the Philippines. It's not even a close second. America, for as much as I love this country, you got to be in a really good position, a good place to raise kids nowadays. With other kids, you want them to be raised around. And then, of course, if that happens, then you got to have health care, which for most people, you got to have a job that provides it. I don't work for anyone else, so I got to come up with my own insurance, my own health care plan, which for most of us, we know it would never be really good if something bad happened. They're just going to take a lot from me when something small happens, make me regret even wanting to use it. And if I ever have to use it, I'm going to have to come up with a big chunk of money anyway. And honestly, how good is the health care in this country anymore? It's probably really good for the ones who can afford the premium stuff. The Philippine dream? Is it really? For most, it's just an escape. Not sure it's going to ever be a dream to them. For many, it's just a place to exist until their time runs out. And for others, it's a chance to restart all over again. For me, it's a chance to start all over again. Build something new from scratch. Find energy again to live the way I wanted to live many years ago. Try not to make as many mistakes. Try to do things different with more energy, more life. You know, the Philippines really does remind me of artwork. To some people, they'll see the beauty in different paintings, different types of art, and other people will just look at that person or look at that art and be like, what in the world are you looking at? They'll never see it the same ways. They'll never see it for the beauty. They'll never see it through that person's eyes. And nothing you say to one another is going to change that opinion. I see the Philippines the way I see it. It's given me opportunities. It's given me a fresh life. It's given me something to chase. And believe me, it's a lot of chasing to make this happen. I see the Philippines as nothing but a beautiful canvas. It's got a lot of beauty all around. Everywhere you go, some people will never see it that way. Don't be one of those people. I know stories happen to everybody. I could have been an upset tourist who got the girl pregnant on his first trip. Not surprising to many people.
No, not on my first trip.
Suck it up.
You know, there's one thing I will keep real about the Philippines. People are always asking, I'll point this out for you. It ain't easy. There's nothing about moving to the Philippines easy. Some people have less to lose by trying than others. The hurdle isn't as big for others as it is for some. But there is nothing easy about moving to the Philippines. Don't get it confused watching so much TV, seeing so many people do it. That is a small percentage of the people that do it from your background. This leap into the Philippines is not for the weak. It takes a strong man to uproot everything he's ever done, move somewhere else. Like I said, some people can do it easier than others. They don't have a lot to leave behind. They don't have a whole lot of time left, so it gets easier to make decisions quicker. But when you're not in that golden years yet, you're at that middle stage and you're trying to figure out how to juggle something you want so bad, but it's not supposedly the right time. But you're not going to let nothing stop you from having it. You're determined. I mean, the word is more than determined. The path is only forward. You can't stop at this point. You got to move forward to the Philippines. You got to make it happen however it is. With money, without your secured nest egg, with your secured nest nest egg. One thing's for certain, you're not going to be happy if you're not making it happen in the Philippines. It is hard work becoming a Filipino expat, or should I say American expat, Aussie expat, or whatever country you come from. Making this leap, you got to have some strength inside you, a little courage, if you're serious about it. You know, if you're going to sightsee and get an idea, that's one thing. If you're packing the bags, you're canceling things back home because you know you're leaving, it takes courage. It may not work out, but it takes courage to make the effort. For all those people trying to have new lives and raise families in the Philippines, man, there ain't nothing about moving to the Philippines going to make your life easier. It very well might make it less stressful, more enjoyable to try to achieve something. But the dream of it, if you're retired and you ain't worried about an income, you might be at that dream point. Then again, you might be the same guy over there with a nice little pension who finds all the problems in the Philippines as well. Maybe I should just call it the Philippine obsession. I don't know if it's a dream anymore or if it's more of an obsession. The dream was years ago, moving away, letting the world pass me by here, starting over somewhere and just enjoying life again, or for the first time maybe in some regards. But then somewhere along the way, a baby, a fiance, then marriage. It was no longer a dream, it was more a huge new work. Pushing the dream part to the background, it becomes more of an obsession at this point. I don't want to let a baby and getting married cause me to lose my dream. Although if I just look at it that way, it'll never become reality. You almost have to become obsessed with the Philippines to make it work if you're before retirement. Like I talk to a lot of people in the Philippines with my background, it is an obsession. We don't know exactly how we're going to make it work there. We got ideas a mile long, but we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet. We're going to trial and error our way through the whole thing. We're going to build a house and sell it for profit. Like that's an original thought. Yes, I know it's not an original thought out there. I get it. You know, we're going to open up a business. I've already done that a dozen times already in this lifetime. You can have the best ideas in the world. Great work ethic. Doesn't mean nothing if it's going to succeed or fail though. There's a lot of variables in business, including the world's status. How are things going in the world? Some things are just at the wrong time, wrong place. So you can't count on opening a business for survival. You can try it and hope, but it don't mean a whole lot nowadays. So without that steady income stream, for a lot of us, it has to become an obsession. Well, we ain't even going to take the first foot out the door to make this happen. I am determined not to let my daughter grow up in this country. I've already seen one daughter grow up in this country. I was going to say I raised her, but that would be a lie. I looked over from afar while the mother raised her. I had very little input in what she did or what she could do, and it'll be enough on that one. So when it comes to this little girl, I want her to have a whole new life, a whole new way of seeing things, how people react, how people act with each other. I want to be careful with what's inputted into her little brain. I'm not going to let that brain hear too much of just everything. I'm going to be overly protective with this one. I want it to be with my first one, but there's things you can control and there's things you can't. Love you though.